Hello, New Zealand couch community. You're back with the top New Zealand sports journalists today. Today we are doing our last of our domestic Super Smash side all-time teams with Wellington playing Northern today. So we're pretty much going to rip straight into that, and then we can stop having all the aggressive messages we're getting from the Northern Districts fan base, which would be nice, wouldn't it, Willie?
Yeah, no, it'd be quite nice to get him off our trail, off our scent. They're pretty aggressive wee dogs, aren't they?
Yeah, sure are. All right, so before we do that, just one piece of fan mail today. Nothing overly crazy, I guess. This one's just from Daniel from Wanganui. He just says, misogynist show, useless punting advice. No Wanganui dogs, hate you both. So there we go. We do need to cover the Wanganui dogs though while we can, I guess, with them
Mm,
closing down in a couple of years.
yeah.
Um, all right,
Thank you,
anything from
Chloe.
you, Willie? Anything from you, Willie, or do you want me to rip into my Wellington Firebirds all time?
No, you can give her a good old rip start now for me.
All right, so opening the batting for my Wellington Firebirds all time team in the T20 format. This is, I'll add, Stephen Fleming and Jesse Ryder. I think those two kind of pick themselves. Fleming not overly aggressive,
Yeah,
but I think you've just got to have him in there.
yeah,
And Jesse's Jesse, isn't he? So yeah.
exactly.
Um, and at number three, I've got Devon Three-Way. A little bit out of the form at the moment, but he picks himself. He's a great player. At four, I've gone James Franklin, so batting a little bit high, but that's because I've gone for a lot of all rounders in this team. So James Franklin at four. This is a little bit different, and this is something you'd do, Willie. Actually, so I was thinking about you when I did this. I've actually gone Finn Allen at five. I think Finn Allen's best cricket was definitely when he was at Wellington. I think having him come in a little bit late could be an aggressive tactic here. At six, I've gone Grant Elliott, just one of the great all rounders, and I think he does such a good job batting with the tail, so I've got him a little bit lower. My wicket keeper, someone else who does really well batting with the tail, I've gone Luke Ronky Donkey as my keeper, so good T20 format keeper. Um, and then I've gone two spinners, so I've gone Luke Woodcock, one of the absolute cult heroes of Wellington domestic cricket, and Jeetan Patel. And then I've just got two out and out seamers, which was a little bit tricky because we haven't had great seamers in Wellington. So I've gone Hamish Benet, one of our favourites, and then I've actually gone Ben Sears as the other seamer. I was tossing up Ian O'Brien, Mark Gillespie, Andy Mackay, Brent Arnell. There's a
Mm,
few, but I just thought
yeah.
Ben Sears, in a few years he would have surpassed them. So I'll chuck him in now for good measure.
Mm.
Um, would you like me to do my Northern team now, and then you do your special team, or do you want to do your special team now?
Oh, I could do my special team now and then see if you've got
Yeah,
any of the same names.
yeah.
Yeah, because I've fucked up again and I've done a I've done a slightly different team. I've done a combined 11 between the two. So I start off with two great openers, Michael Paps and Michael Pollard, just two great New Zealand cricket battlers there, just stalwarts of the domestic scene. And then followed up at number three by heavy hitter and Anton Devcich as well, who also screams mediocrity. So that's great. Yeah, like you say, this team was a little bit hard to pick for battler kind of batters.
Mm.
So we've got quite a lot of bowling all rounders and bowlers in it. So, but that's all right. So I've got one of your favourites, Pete McGlashan, at number four. Number five, Mitchell Santner. Some people might think he's not a battler, but yeah, tell that to the World Cup the ODI World Cup that we have, and the 4 weeks of depression that I endured after that because of just strictly that guy. So, yeah, so you can talk to that. Where am I? Number six, very high for what this guy gets up to. That's Scott Kugelheim. Yeah, one of the greats in the New Zealand court system. Then after that, we've got a lovely lower order of the Anurag Verma. Kind of sounds like oh no, actually we better not get it. Just a very no, just a very niche cricketer. Then we go
Mm.
Graham Aldridge. I don't
Mm.
know if many of you out there know him, but God, if you look at this guy's bowling style, it's something to behold. And then finishing off with Ian O'Brien and Jono Bolt, not Trent Bolt, for all those out there.
Yeah,
Just Trent Bolt, who's put a few on and bowls off spinners.
yeah. I like one thing I rate what you've done there. You've actually combined. There's actually been heaps of players that have played for both teams with Northern Wellington. There's heaps of
Oh,
crossover there.
sorry, I forgot
Yeah,
my last one as well, which was Brent Arnell, who
yeah,
is another
yeah.
one,
There's
just like
another.
you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah, because you've gone Brent Arnell, Scott Kugeline, Anurag Verma. Was
yeah,
there any
the
more?
Verm.
Yeah, there's been a few that have played for
Uh,
both. Trying to think who
no,
else you said now.
I
Yeah, there was
think
a
just
name you
those
said in
two.
it. Yeah, there's a name you said, and I really wanted to speak on it. But Scotty Kugeline,
Mm,
I was actually tossing up too because I reckon he was quality at Wellington before he
mm,
got up to naughty things. But
mm.
yeah. So yeah, so it's opted for Ben's ears just for I guess less controversy. Um,
Yeah.
all right,
Was it
I
Michael
do
Patch
actually.
that was it Michael Patch
Oh,
that you wanted to
no,
speak on?
I love Michael Phelps. No,
Yeah, one of the
yeah,
great triple centuries, New Zealand
yeah,
triple
one of
century.
the greats. Yeah, no, that's a good side. Plenty of great classics there for the punters to think about. All right,
Hmm.
so mine. There are a couple of crossovers. But so I'll have to try and justify them to you. But anyway, my openers, I've gone Tim Seifert and James Marshall. I love the Marshall twins, but I think James is
Yeah, yeah.
slightly better. Not the podcast rugby one for those of you at home. This is a
Mm.
watch James Marshall cricket highlights if you want to see someone that had a great lid. And he was another one that played for both. Sorry,
Yeah,
James Marshall
yeah,
played for both. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and then, but very briefly for Wellington, so it doesn't make my Wellington side. At three, obviously King Kane Williamson. At three, four, Daryl Mitchell, one of the angriest people, as we said when he was in my
Mm.
Canterbury team. Just a terrible person, it seems, but
Yeah.
apparently he might not actually be that bad. But anyway,
Really
very
has
angry,
the
bit of a
prep.
Kyle Mills.
Yeah, he has the prep gene, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then this guy's probably someone that's even angrier. At five, I've gone Scotty Cyrus, the pig. Um, he was an angry man. Six, got Corey Anderson, someone that featured in one of your sides, I think the New Zealand
Yeah,
side for you.
yeah, USA
Um,
great.
yeah, so I've gone
Yeah.
obviously like three medium pace, like batting, bowling all rounders, I guess,
Yeah.
genuine all rounders, and then I've gone. You're gonna hate this. I've gone three spinners that can all kind of offer something with the bat. I've gone Devsich, Vittori, and Santner, just in case Northern Districts are playing a Pakistan domestic side. I just didn't know like which other seamers to include, and they obviously benefit.
Mm.
And then my seamers pick themselves if anyone picked themselves in a side like this, Tim Southey and Trent Bolt. So that's my ND side. Do you like?
Mm. I wouldn't say I like it, but it's definitely probably the best of yeah, I guess it's hard when they just have all the black cats, isn't it? Like it
Mm,
makes it very easy to kind of pick a very
yeah.
strong team compared to some of the other
Mm,
ones, like maybe your Otago Volts one. Like
yeah.
the strength different yeah. Yeah,
Mm,
it's
yeah. So
daylight,
for
isn't it,
those of you,
really?
yeah, well, for those of you at home that don't know, so the Northern Districts region, it runs from Mosgiel down in the South Island all the way to Whangarei. So it takes up a big portion of the country. So
Got a
that's why they have a
wide,
lot of
yeah,
players to pick from. Yeah,
wide catchment.
yeah,
It's a
huge
trawler.
catchment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just a trawler.
it is the trawler of domestic New Zealand cricket for sure. It's a disgrace. I mean, Central is not much better, but anyway, between them,
Mm.
they just make up the whole country. So yeah. Um,
Yeah, no,
all right,
absolutely.
so yeah, so that's pretty much us. Again, just a quickie for you.
Mm.
But I think you had a scenario for me to wrap it up, Willie.
Yeah, I've got one for those for the leagueies out there.
Mm.
This one is quite a good one. So would you rather have Jerome Luai MC and do best man speech at your wedding, or um, do the Bathurst um, do the whole Bathurst race with Ezra Mam as your main driver? And for those of you that don't know who Ezra Mam is, you should really search him up because he's got some gold on his recent behaviour list, doesn't he?
Yeah, he likes doing things when he drives.
Mm.
Oh, that's tough for me. That is actually one of the toughest scenarios of all time because you're risking your life, or you're just accepting the fact that you're going to have the worst wedding of all time. I'll go. Oh, I'm actually going to go Ezra Mam, take me around the Bathurst 1000 track because I just think Jerome Loai at my wedding would just, I would, yeah, I don't want to get into that. I couldn't handle it. I could
Okay,
not handle it.
but what happens if maybe you're allowed like I'll give you 10 beers. You can have 10 beers at your wedding and but if you have 10 beers, then Ezra Mam gets 10 beers while he's driving.
He doesn't need beers on top of what he's already got in his system. I think I'll just um no, I'm still opting for Bathurst Day. Just look forward to seeing how he runs it, and yeah, well, not really, but certainly could not handle Joan Lowe at my wedding. Don't need Michael Jackson making a guest appearance, to be fair.
Well, you heard it here first. Going to clip that up and send that to Tigers HQ and Brisbane Broncos HQ. They can use it for revenge body training this season and both finish in the top four.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps us up, team. Let us know what you think about that scenario. Please DM us on your Instagram and your TikToks and things like that. Let us know. And yeah, we'll see you for another Epi in the not so distant future. Catch
Beauty.
up.